If you look at the funding atmosphere, in particular, organizations with $250,000 or less in capital, that initial base is very hard to grow. It's very hard to get grants. It's very distracting for early stage entrepreneurs to have to write an excessive amount of grants. TUGG focuses on how do you break down that model? How do you get capital to effective, strong entrepreneurs? How do we give resources to those guys effectively and quickly so that they can scale and so that you can retain really good talent over the long term? What we're interested in is where does that iterative process stop and where does the innovation pick back up? And if you can highlight and if you can focus in on growing that, there's a real opportunity to change the face of nonprofit, to change the way that the community looks and the way the community gives back and interacts with us.
We thought about what we do on a day-to-day basis, which is we fund the riskiest startups, and then we try to help the riskiest startups become, market successes and transform markets. And we said, let's do the same thing on the social innovation side.
We're interested in how you deliver the right amount of funding at the right time to the right entrepreneurs so that they don't become complacent in their roles and so that they're not wasting too much of their time searching for funding that's going to be hard to access, it's not going to be effective for their growth. How do we make that transition smoother? And we found that the right way to start doing that is to make that process a lot more mobile, to take a little bit more risk in the giving process. At the end of the day, nonprofits shouldn't be an industry that's afraid of risk. We're trying to solve intractable, really, really deep societal issues, and to reach something effective, you have to say sometimes the dollars are going to get lost. But if we can give enough funds out to enough really strong organizations in a substantive way that allows them to grow, and if we can put the right community behind that, we can create something that really innovates. And that's where you start to see exponential, really quick, really effective change in culture and society.
I gush about the fact that we can throw a party for 750 people plus, where everyone has a good time and gets the opportunity to meet a half a dozen nonprofits, and all of the money that we raise that night goes to these nonprofits, and see them actually get the grant real time. So for me, that instant connection between our community and the nonprofits I think is pretty special.
Every time we have a TUGG activity, the smiles that you see on people's faces are amazing. To see them engage the crowd and the crowd's reaction back to them, it's amazing, because people that knew nothing about that project or that organization are all of a sudden engaged in a deep conversation and see the lights go on.
I think the piece that really differentiates who TUGG is the community that we bring together. It's the entrepreneurs, it's these people who have grown organizations from 0 employees to 500 employees, 10,000 employees, so on and so forth, saying, I want to give back, I want to put my time behind these entrepreneurs, I want to support social enterprise.
If you think about what we have at our resource, you have a community of extremely talented individuals that solve problems on a daily basis with for-profit businesses. And when you look at some of the societal issues that we're facing, and these are things that need energy, engagement of these types of people. I don't think it's going to be solved from government programs. I think it's going to be solved from, individuals taking responsibility for this, thinking about it creatively, and thinking about things sustainably. Let's do the same thing on the social innovation side.